I used to take the subway to Manhattan a lot with my friends, and I kind of had a love-hate relationship with New York. I think because I spent my summers either up in the Catskill Mountains in a bungalow colony or up in New Hampshire. I felt like I was a country girl misplaced in the city. But at the same time, I felt like New York was just so incredibly exciting. New York, New York, fascinating city. Magic castles rising in the air. Wall Street, Broadway, guys are sitting pretty. Every window hides a millionaire. So when defeatists holler, there's no chance, just tell them this, but with a dirty glance. Once Mr. Woolworth didn't have a dime, and Irving Berlin didn't have a rhyme. Once Thomas Dewey didn't have a crime, but anything can happen in New York. Once Rockefeller didn't have that oil, and Tiffany, he didn't have a poil. Why, even Ziegfeld didn't have a Goyle, but anything can happen in New York. You too can be that big ball of fire. You too can have your name in Who's Whom. You too can climb up higher and higher until you reach that rainbow room. Once Mr. Morgan didn't have a yacht, and Joe DiMaggio didn't have a SWAT. The pot of gold didn't have a pot, but anything can happen in New York. The New York subway didn't have a nickel. Take Mr. Hines, started without a pickle. Grand Central Station, it started off without a porter. And Eddie Cantor started off without a daughter. Take Walter Chrysler, didn't have a chassis. And Busby Berkeley started without a lassie. The Holland Tunnel just started with a tiny wee hole. And Walter Winchell started off without a keyhole. You too can be that big ball of fire. You too can start from scratch and get rich. You too can climb up higher and higher, like Lord and Taylor, Bonwit Teller, Gimbel, Macy, Andrew Geller. You can even be an Abercrombie Fitch. The Hilton family didn't have a room. The Fuller Brush Boys didn't have a broom. Ulysses Grant didn't have a tomb. But even you can get one in New York, 'cause anything can happen in New York. Thank you.